Hi, I'm Anna Redmond. I'm the founder of Brav and Allcoin by Brav. We create a space for veterans to share their challenge coins in a digital setting. You can do two things with our platform. One is any coins that you have, whether they're sitting in a box or in a drawer, you can digitize them and you get your own page, kind of like the LinkedIn for challenge coins. And you can store them there for free forever and share any sort of notes. And then for issuers, you can actually make a digital twin of any new challenge coin that you issue. And the digital twin lives on the blockchain, which gives it perfect provenance and allows you to store a lot more information about the coin. So when you hand it out, with a handshake, people get the physical coin, then they scan the QR code to receive the digital twin. And then they can learn the history of the coin, why it's designed the way it is, and what it means that you've given it to them.
What do you define as the veteran community?
Gosh, that's a great question. Well, selfishly, I'd like to define it as veterans and their supporters. Because as I share, I'm not a veteran. I came to this community sort of further on in my career. It was a little bit of a pivot on my part. But once I started working with veterans, really while building out the security arm of our company, Brav, where we provide fractional CSO services, I was just charmed. There's no other word for it. I think charmed and inspired and overwhelmed by the willingness of veterans to show up for people they care about, to give selflessly, to put others above themselves. And so to me, the veteran community are people who exemplify that, whether they served in a formal capacity or they'd like to lend their skills and talents to supporting current and former service members.
Why is it important to bring value to the veteran community?
So many reasons. I think the main one being our veterans deserve to have success and quality of life and the ability to expand their skill sets beyond what they did for us as a nation. I often talk to civilians who don't know the veteran community well, and what I always emphasize, which all of the listeners already know, is that it takes a really special, unique kind of person to be willing to put their one and only physical body, of which you have only one, on the line in service of people that you've never met, and to do it willingly and to do it with joy. And I don't think that civilians truly grasp what that means until they start hearing some of the stories. And building out this challenge coin platform, we hear so many stories, and some of them are fun and some of them are inspiring and some of them are tragic. And that tragedy is always a possibility. And I think when people come back from that, from having given that, they deserve it all. They deserve all of our respect, all of our support, because without them, we couldn't exist as a country, genuinely.
How do you bring value to the veteran community?
Thank you for asking. I would like to think that we're creating a lot of connection and a lot of store of memory through the Challenge Coin platform. Certainly through our security services, we're creating a path for veterans who are interested in CSO work to come work with us. So I'll put a pin in that. That's definitely a connection I'm always eager for. We work with a lot of commercial property managers, HR teams, high net worth individuals who truly are eager for very high quality consultative security services, which we provide. But what drew us to the challenge coin world is that the coins are amazing. They store so much, but they're also incredibly fragile. And every time I say that, people are surprised because, it's hard metal, you're not going to break it. But the thing that's fragile is the story behind it. And it's the story that's really relevant about the coin. It's not that it's red and gold. It's what did you do to earn it? Who gave it to you? Who else was there that day? And what we found is that over time, those are the pieces that get lost. They get lost even within the same individual who will point to this beautiful wall and say like, oh gosh, I wish I could remember the last name of the guy that gave me this one. And certainly it gets lost in being passed down. And we've talked to so many older veterans who've said like, gosh, my grandson may throw these away because he'll think they're junk. And that's really sad, especially because truly, some of them are earned through blood, sweat, and tears. And so our vision and mission is big. We want every single one of America's 30 million challenge coin holders, and that's across veteran, police, fire, first responder, communities, CIA, FBI, Air Force, to have a home on our platform to store all of their coins, or at least the coins that are meaningful. And I want every single issuer to start adding that digital twin, because you can get rid of stolen valor with that. You have perfect provenance. You can tag and verify the story, but more of a place to connect with the recipients of your coins. You don't just, handshake and forget. You can stay connected to them over the years.